How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome back to episode 3 of the Atlanta Thrashers NHL 07 Dynasty Mode here in the off-season of year number 1, 2007. In the last one, it was a difficult year number 1 as we finished the year 34, 35, and 13. We were not very good down the stretch. I can't really show you the stats. Well, I can't show you the player lines or anything like that, but I can go to the stats right here. And we were led by our top line, Pierre Turgeon at the age of 37 now, Ilya Kovalchuk and Marian Hossa, all with between 62 and 65 points with almost full seasons played. Then it really starts to drop off as we go to Vyacheslav Kozlov, our top defenseman, Nicholas Havlid. Colby Armstrong was a trade acquisition for us, a player who really did come to Atlanta in the real world not too long after this date, so I thought that made some sense to pick him up. Very good player, but not really the best line mates or greatest second half of the season. Then we go really far down here. Of course, we have Scott Thornton, who I was calling Sean Thornton for the entire episode. I can't believe I forgot, as if I didn't see that goatee and that classic Scott Thornton hairstyle. As there are a few comments pointing that out, Mr. Brian Michaelack says, love the moves, but you got Scott Thornton, not Sean Thornton. Andrew saying you kept calling him Sean Thornton, but it's Scott Thornton. And then over in the Discord server, I'm Sean Avery says it's Scott Thornton and not Sean. So thank you everyone for those, for that help. I figured it out in the end here. So Scott Thornton, he did all right actually as a bottom six forward for us. He did pretty all right. Especially once we picked him up. Nico Kapanen, DeVries, Yale, blah, 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 goes on and on. Goaltending was difficult, but as we have come to realize, goaltending stats in NHL 7 are very different from NHL 21 or even 20, 19, 18, 17, and so forth. So 27 and 39, bad record, but the numbers are okay at 2.65 goals against and an 861 save percentage, because comparatively with the entire NHL, the best goalies are around 885, 883. I don't think anyone's much better than Brodeur. Look at these records. Dominic Hasek at the age of 42 goes 58 and 20. So how do you do there, playing pretty much every game? So yeah, the numbers are not really anything to be concerned about. It's more the winning record. And I don't think that responsibility really lay on Kari Lehtinen as much when he had that kind of team in front of him. But now we're heading into our first offseason at the reins of the Atlanta Thrashers. We need to figure out who's coming back, who's leaving, what kind of ideas are we thinking about in free agency, what kind of money do we have to spend, what kind of draft strategy do we have, and how are we going to make this team as good as possible heading into year number 2, because we want to make sure this team does not fold and relocate to Winnipeg in just a few years' time. So, starting off in the Discord server with Hobbsy. And speaking of Hobbsy, before I even get to a suggestion, link in the description for Hobbsy's spreadsheet. Thank you very much to him for putting this together. He already has one for the Columbus franchise. Now we also have one for the Atlanta Dynasty Mode, if you want to keep track of player signings, player trades, head-to-head matchups with different franchises. That is all in the spreadsheet. So thank you very much to him for volunteering to keep track of all this stuff. I know that'll be a great resource for us moving forward. Getting to his comment, disappointing season in my eyes, not really sure what to expect as I haven't simmed an 07 season in who knows how long, but I figured Kovalchuk would get more than 65 points. For actual suggestions, no idea who to target as we're not sure who's available, but the scoring really took a nosedive after that top 3, so in order to become a playoff team, we need to add more scoring behind those guys, while also fixing up some of the defensive issues that caused a few minuses. Hopefully some good growth from the younger guys like Coburn and especially Lehtinen can help with this, and the Thrashers can make the playoffs next year. Go Thrashers. Thank you very much for all of that, Hobbsy. More of that in the YouTube comments. Scott Graham saying that with those 13 overtime losses that we had, he would be curious to see what the team's hero ratings are like. Maybe looking at signing some guys with high hero ratings in free agency would allow us to steal some of those games. That's a great idea for experimenting whether or not that hero rating has a huge difference when it comes to overtime games, because there was a lot of games that went beyond 60 minutes that we dropped. I think we were okay, but still 13 of them would have made a big difference in the win-loss column. And last comment for off-season moves here. Michael says that he loves the thumbnail. Thank you very much. Commander/GM data fits right there with his military cabinet. Always pride myself on a fun thumbnail. Not much recommendations except build through the draft. Keep up the outstanding work. Thank you very much, Michael. So we still have to figure out what's going to happen in the playoffs here. We'll see who takes the Stanley Cup and what the awards are like. That should be fairly quick, as this is the first time I go through this in a long time. So bear with me. Playoff tree. All right, so we got Senators, Leafs, Devils, Bruins, Lightning, Hurricanes, Flyers, Sabres in the East. West is we got Detroit, San Jose, Oilers, Avalanche, Kings, Wild, Blue Jackets, and Flames. That'll be interesting. So place your bets now. We'll see who gets the Stanley Cup. And we might as well sim the entire playoffs because I don't think there's much reason to have to go round by round and go through it slowly, because we just want to hop into this offseason and see what we're going to be looking like and who we're going to be targeting. I'm really excited to see who's in that free agent class and what kind of money do we have to spend. Hopefully with this, with the star system and your legal team, you try to make people sign for less. Hopefully we can persuade enough talent to come to Atlanta. June 2nd, 2007, and congratulations to the Calgary Flames for righting the wrongs of 2004 and winning the 2007 Stanley Cup. Wow. GM Coles Nash ecstatic as the Calgary Flames are the league champions. What a finish for the Calgary Flames. What's up in the mailbox here? Injury summary, blah, blah, blah. Current streaks, monthly financials, we're at the bottom. League champion, yeah, from all of us here, we are congratulations to the Calgary Flames. Now let's see the awards. This is what I'm interested in. General Managers, End of the Year Awards. The league is pleased to announce our End of the Year Awards, published annually. This list recognizes the teams, blah, 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 and their efforts. Best regards, and thank you very much. So, Stanley Cup champions were the Calgary Flames. So it was an all-Canadian matchup in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Ottawa Senators won the President's Trophy, went on to represent the Eastern Conference in the Stanley Cup Finals, but lost to the Calgary Flames. So it was a guarantee that the Stanley Cup was coming back to Canada. That's quite a Stanley Cup final, I have to say. Art Ross goes to Alex Tanguay. The Hart goes to Jan Hrdina. That's pretty rare. James Norris to Wade Redden. Lady Byng to Alex Tanguay. Calder Memorial to Nicholas Backstrom. That's good. We brought him over from Sweden, put him on the Capitals, and then he goes to win the Calder Memorial. Conn Smythe also going to Alex Tanguay. Makes sense. Lady Byng, Art Ross, and Conn Smythe. Vezina goes to Dominic Hasek. That also makes sense because he had, those 50-plus wins, so absolutely makes sense. A little bit of a gap. Jennings goes to Hasek. Masterton goes to Prospel. Jack Adams to Ken Hitchcock. All right. The Selke to Matthew Lombardi. Okay. Lester B. Pearson, which I believe is just the former Ted Lindsay Award, also went to Jan Hrdina, and the Maurice Richard to Jason Spezza. So shout out to all the Senators fans out there. At least got Jason Spezza winning the Maurice Richard Trophy. Can I see the playoff tree? Oh, it's right here, playoff tree. So how did the Flames get to the Stanley Cup Finals? They swept through the Blue Jackets, took out the Sharks in 5, they took out the first place Red Wings in 5 as well. Then they took out the Minnesota Wild in 6 and went on to beat the Ottawa Senators in 6 as well. The Senators made through the Leafs in 6, Bruins in 7, Flyers in 6, and then lost in 6 right there. So, wow, quite the Final Four there. You got Senators, Flyers, Flames, and Wild. Very interesting. So, I believe now we can continue to the off-season. I could do the contracts, actually. But could I do it? Let me see. Let me sort by years left. Like a guy like Colby Armstrong, we're $3.9 million away from the salary cap, so it's going to cost a lot to re-sign these guys. I do believe you can go over the salary cap as long as you get back under it before the first game of the season, and that's probably what we'll end up doing. Like Colby Armstrong, he has like 98 potential. He's 88 overall. He's going to be wanting, a lot of money. So I'll pay him for 3 years. He wants 3.55. Would you do 3.53? No. Would you do 3.58? Would you do 3.63? Thank you very much. So 3 years, $6.3 million for Colby Armstrong. He's going to be a huge piece for us moving forward. Braden Coburn now. Let's get him re-signed as well. One of the players with better potential, even though it's only 83 on our team. I'll do 2 years because maybe after 3 he'll grow too much. So let me give him 2 years at 0.98. Sounds good to me. Thank you very much. McEachran now, taking up 1.3 is a bit rich for my blood. I'm not sure if Kozlov's going to come back to this team with his age and cap hit, but I will sign him at the very least just to trade him. So a 1-year deal, $2.73 million. Perfect. That leaves us with 0.7 for McEachran, and I think he wants more than that. But he's 80 overall. Do I sign him and then try to... that's the thing. I don't know what players can get dumped for. Can I dump this guy for a 5th round pick, or would teams reject that trade offer, So we got it's live and learn. So let me try 1.33 for 1 year. Perfect for McEachran. And he is re-signed and good to go. Do we have any goalies that need to be re-signed? Yes, we do. We have Garnett and Burkhole. Dunham might beat out Hedberg for next year's backup role. Probably going to be trading away Steve Shields. But Garnett and Burkhole can both get signed. Even if they never play, just to have them in there. 1 year, 0.78 for him. And then Burkhole is a 73 overall. Pretty pits, actually. Can get 1 year at 0.73. So we're currently at 43.03 out of our 44 million that we can spend. That's looking pretty good. We'll have to sign our prospects as well once we get to the draft. Continuing to the offseason and sim to draft. All right, no problem. Data finishes 8th in top GM voting. Okay! GM Data finishing 8th out of the 30 NHL franchises despite a lackluster first season. 8th in top GM voting. All right, so thank you to all the assistant GMs out there who helped make it happen. Let's try and get a nominee sometime soon and maybe put an award up on the mantle. All right, drafting players. Let's get this ready. So I guess this is going to jump to, all right, yeah, the 11th selection. Yes. Okay, so this is difficult when it comes to drafting because we see their position and their overall. We don't see their potential. So just because a guy has high overall doesn't mean he has good potential. Hopefully we can get both. First overall to Florida was Serge McLean, 70 overall centerman. Then Serge Roach, 2 back-to-back Serges. And then another Serge at 10, Serge Cohen, looking in that high 60 to low 70 overall range. So let's try and also get in that range. This is going to be tough because I really don't know what's up with these guys. It doesn't tell me what their overall is. It just tells me that they know a lot about, like, let's say, for example, I sort by potential. Sergei Patzold, his potential is accurate. It's A, but I can't look at anything else. I don't know what his overall is. I don't know, is it just accurate that it's a potential? What even is a potential? Is that 90 plus? I don't know. So that's what's a bit frustrating here. Jürgen Alechner, that's quite the name. That's an interesting one. He has an A for offense and fairly accurate B for potential. So that's not bad. I might end up going with him. Sorting by defense, Stefan Heringer has an A there, but the potential is what's scaring me. I need to have good potential with these guys. So if I sort by, yeah, that B potential is pretty tasty. Then I have Patzold, like I said, also with A potential. That's a guarantee. So I'm not quite sure what the best strategy is for drafting. Patzold is a defenseman, 5'10". Meanwhile, this guy, Jurgen, is 6'6". He's huge, 18 years of age. You know what? Let's do it. Let's go for Jurgen. I'm going to draft him with the 11th overall pick in this 2007 NHL entry draft. We don't have a second round pick, so we traded that to the Penguins in the Colby Armstrong deal. But we will get into the third round. I want to go back to that first round and see what that guy's overall is. We can't see his potential until later, but really hope that it's something decent. And back to the first round. Who do we got here? He was 70 overall. All right, not bad. That's actually very good. So it just all depends on what his potential is. Nolan Parrott was a 72. Apsitis was a 73. There's a few guys I was looking at as I was scrolling through. Stéphane Bergevin, that's cool. Second round, some 70s, 60s. And then now here we are in the third round, the 11th overall pick in the third round. So probably going to go defense here. If we just sort by defense, who's got good defense ratings? Stanislav Sasoyev, 6'4". I like that. Him or probably him actually. He's better at strength. So Stanislav looks pretty good. We could go back for a forward again, sorting by offense. It's only a B and E potential. About sorting by potential B. A lot of question marks and E's here. I'm just going to try to go by position, and hopefully we just cross our fingers and it makes sense. So first round pick, forward, second round pick, nothing. Third round pick, we'll go for Stanislav, and then fourth and fifth, we'll just purely go by whoever seems to be the best. This guy's 6'4". He has the best defensive rating, so I'm just going to go for him. It seems as though into the third, fourth, fifth round, it's more of a 50 to 60 overall gamble, so I don't mind that pick. Fourth round now, we're seeing 50s, 60s, interesting. Looking by potential, there is this guy again Norbert, eh? He's still here. He's the only blue fairly accurate. So you know what? I'm more comfortable with a fourth round pick on Norbert. Norbert Klemperer, 6'6", 18 years of age, big boy again. Why not? Let's do him this time. And I didn't even check Stanislav's overall. So I'll check that as soon as I get into this 5th round here. The drafting's going a bit quicker. So the 3rd round, Stanislav was 69 overall. Okay, not bad. Stéphane Doyon, a goalie, was 76, but we're good with Lettinen for a little while. So 69 seems pretty much par for the course, maybe even a bit above average, minus like Kalun there with a 72. And then in the 4th round, we took Klemper, 55. Not terrible, but not. I wouldn't say it's probably not the optimal pick. Depends all on the potential though. All depends on the potential. Overall, doesn't mean as much. So I went. He was a forward, I believe. Any good goalies left? No. If I just sort by offense, it's C. By defense, there's a C. Athleticism, strength, a lot of C's. Yeah, there's C's out here. Magnus Bergstrom, Len Edgerton, Chad Herperger. Tuukka Lahunen, 19 years of age. Maybe that means a higher overall. What the heck? 5th round pick. Let's just do it. And the entry draft is now completed. Thank you very much. So he was a 54 overall. Yeah, that's all right. No problem. I think I'm liking that first pick, though. I really hope he has good potential. Atlanta Thrashers have chosen Elchner as their top draft pick. Can I see him right away? Okay, I want to see him right away. Let's really have our fingers crossed here. Let's check for the first guy we took. So Jurgen, please, you're 70 overall. What is your potential? Bello, 97. Let's go. Power forward with 97 potential. 18 years of age, 6'6", 230 pounds. Oh yes, 84 puck control already. Nice. Thank you, Jurgen. Whew, that's a relief that we got a decent player. So he was a power forward. Then we took defensive defenseman Stanislav Sasoyev. Stanislav is 69 overall, and his potential is 91 for a 3rd round pick. My goodness, 18 years of age, 6'4", 91 potential. It's just in the GM data genes out here, picking gems left and right. Let's go. I'm not too sure about these guys. Let's see Norbert, 55 overall with 89 potential, right? Norbert, 70. Okay, that's still not bad. That's still NHL possibility. Norbert has 55 overall, 79 potential as a 4th round pick. And then Tuukka as a 5th round pick, 54 overall with 56 potential. Likely to never really be anything. But that's all right. I'd say we hit big time on those 2 selections. Do we need to sign them now? Or I'm not sure how it works with unsigned prospects and things like that. We need to send them to the minors. I'll wait and see if they tell me something. What's up in the mail over here? Retirements. Oh, please, Pierre Turgeon, don't retire. Yes. Okay, so Leach, Zamnov, Recchi, Brad May, Sergei Fedorov, Adam Foote, they all retire. That all makes sense. But thank goodness Pierre Turgeon is back for another ride. Not done yet. Okay, so sim to contract is what we can start doing here. There are players in your roster that do not have contracts. If you do not sign these players before July 1st, they will not be in your team. They will not sign for that. However, they will not sign the newly drafted players. You can sign them in the contract screen. So the coaches won't do. So I need to go. I guess I need to sign my unsigned prospects then. So let's get these guys signed up. I just realized Jurgen here, he's a dangler. I thought he was a power forward. I totally forgot because he was 6'6", but no. Actually, it says power forward, and then I exit out, and then it says dangler. So I'm not sure what that kind of glitch is, but I'm sure it'll get sorted out once he gets put into the lineup probably. I'll give him his 3-year entry-level deal at whatever. Whoa, what do you mean you can't agree to those terms? All right, 0.78. The guy's milking me for every cent. Stanislav, I'll also give him 3 years entry-level deal. I didn't know you could give less than 3 years to a rookie in NHL 7 here, but I suppose you can. I'm not sure if I really want to sign all these guys. Well, everyone except this that last guy. What do you mean you can't agree to those terms? What's his name? Tuukka. With the super low potential. So you know what? I don't think I will sign him. That's gonna be my experiment here. If I don't sign him, does he get put into like free agency or something? So sim to contracts. Auto sign players and continue, but they're not gonna auto sign my prospect. It says so. That'll be the experiment. Okay. Now it says sim to free agents. We're not at free agency yet. But if I go to contracts, what do I see here in contracts? Now it's okay. Now it jumps ahead a year. So yeah, that prospect I didn't sign, I guess he disappeared. Yeah, it seems like it. He disappeared, Tuukka. Okay, so now we know the experiment. Now all these guys are on the expiring year. I guess since it's like like at the equivalent of what it would be in July 1st in the real world here. So I could go after like Eli Kovalchuk and say, what do you want to extend right now? He's currently making 6.5 million. It would cost 8.8. Yeah, that would be pretty difficult. So yeah, we'll have to keep all that in mind. We're currently just slightly over the salary cap, but when the season begins, I'm looking at dumping Bobby Holik probably at 4.3. Victor Kozlov's going to go. Actually, maybe, Vyacheslav Kozlov. Maybe just Kozlov's enough at his 2.7. But again, it all depends on who's there in free agency. We might be making some more moves, and that would necessitate moving on from Bobby Holik as well. So sim to free agents. I'm not sure who's going to be here in year number 1, but I am very excited to check it out. End of the year report, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I thought there was going to be some numbers. I know it will come as no surprise to you, but the team's financial performance over the past season has fallen well below our expectations. Even a high-level review of expenses and revenues will indicate where most of the red ink has been spilled. I trust this information will assist you with your planning for next season. Thank you, Jason. It's not telling me exactly what I need to do, actually, so thanks for nothing. Just spend less on players, I suppose. Transfer season is open, just a heads up. Now it says you need to improve the goalie coach. I think the team is in need of a serious improvement for goalie coach. It would be beneficial to fix the problem as soon as possible before it starts snowballing. Well, I have no stars to update, so can't do that yet, Matt. And now free agency is open. So who is here in the free agent pool, sorting by overall? We got RJ Umberger, who has 88 potential. We got Lars Janssen, 83 with 87 potential. And Christoph Schubert, 82 overall, 25 years of age. Mark Streit is in here. Greg Zanin, legend. Eric Brewer, Robin Regier, Mark Giordano, only with 77 potential, though. About sorting by potential, it's hard to know who's real and who's not, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't know, where's this guy Raphael Couture come from? We know that Stratton Whitaker was through the Make-A-Wish program, but where's this guy Couture and Mark Hugh and Jack Zhang? Where are these guys coming from? Were they developers in the game? I don't know what. So I guess I want to kind of stay away from them. What about in the goalie situation here? No goalies, no big goalies at least. Vieilleux, I don't know who these guys are. Sorting by overall again. So back to all skaters, sorting by overall. RJ Umberger would be very interesting. He does have that 88 potential. His player type is sniper. What did he do last season? He had 8 goals, 11 assists. Yikes. So 19 points, -10. I see that's why he's in free agency, I suppose. But with that good potential, I wouldn't mind getting RJ Umberger signed up here. What kind of money would he be looking for? Because I'd rather have RJ Umberger making like 2.7 here than Bobby Holik making 4. So could I get you for 3 years at like 2.63 RJ Umberger? 2.68? Okay, so that's great as well. You don't need to wait days to sign him. Looks good to me. Let's make the deal. RJ Umberger, welcome to Atlanta. And now the defense. We got Janssen and Schubert. Do we want to sign either of these guys? Janssen's probably the guy, actually. He has less speed, but he has 5 more in the potential at the same age. Less agility, less endurance, less passing. Where does he get him? In the aggressiveness? In the wrist shot power? Okay, in the accuracy, I guess. Okay, yeah, being an offensive defenseman. Do we have room for Lars Janssen in defense? Because it was Exel be playing a lot of minutes last season, but I want to think about the player types as well. It's nice you can check edit lines during the season here. Turgeon up to a 90 overall at the moment. Stefan Yell. I'd probably trade Peter Bondra too. So Coburn at a 77 is not really cutting it. Maybe he replaces McCarthy if we sign him. And then it can be Janssen and Coburn on that third pair. But we need a better defensive defenseman. Because Coburn, I'm okay with keeping him in the lineup to let him grow. DeVries has good potential, right? Doesn't he have like 89 potential or something? He has 88 potential, but he's 34 years of age, so I don't think he's going to be able to reach that potential. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't mind signing both the offensive and the defensive defenseman, trade away DeVries, and then McCarthy becomes my 7th defenseman. Yeah, because then Exelby's not really growing. Those guys are all going to the minors. All those guys are getting sent down. Umberger's here in the lineup as well now. So if we go best lines with Umberger in the lineup, that puts him as second line center. We need to get like a playmaker or a power forward on the second line. And that would probably be where we trade Kozlov. Interesting. Okay. So coming back to those free agents there, signing both of them seems to make sense if the price is right. So Janssen, wants to be making 2.73 for 1 year. He's 25, so I'm down to give him 3 years, 2.68, 3 years, 2.73. Okay, so 3 years for him at 2.73. And then Christoph Schubert at an 82 only wants 1.83. So I'm down to try that. 1 year at 1.78, see how he does, and we'll revisit that down the road. And I think that's it for signings. Nothing else we need to do. The 3 big free agents all coming here to Atlanta. And you can't trade for draft picks yet until next season. So we'll just stay over the salary cap for the moment. And let's see what happens. Let's sim to next season. It still counts as the offseason at the beginning of next season. And then we'll figure out who has to be traded and how the lineup's going to be looking like heading into our second season. All right, here we are, October 5th, 2007. What do we got in the mailbox? Ooh, 7. Okay, let's see it. Starting here. Good NHL profits. Really? The NHL is proud to announce good profit. Oh, the NHL, not us. So we're at 27 million of profits. Meanwhile, you have the Flames at 43 after a Cup championship. Where are the Canadians at? Like 34. Devils 43. Senators 42.4. Yeah, we're terrible. Failure. There it is. That's a nice little message to get from the owner. Hendrik Hughes. Although the club has shown some improvement, it has yet to achieve the goal I set out for you, get to the semifinals in the playoffs. That was super unattainable, though. Having been able to complete this is disappointing and troubling, but I believe the Atlanta Thrashers still have the potential to achieve greatness under your direction. Thank you. I have full confidence in your ability. Hey, Hendrik, thanks. Really strongly worded subject line there. Good luck, but don't put me in this position again. All right, Hendrik. Task update. Same day sends me a new email. Looked over the club's last season. I have decided upon the focus. Be ranked 11th or above in the conference. Yeah, bello, Hendrik. We can do that. Don't you worry about it. There are some realistic expectations. Thank you very much. Complete this task and you will convince everyone that you were the right person for the job. Don't prove me wrong. Okay, Hendrik, you got it. Monthly financials, we're still 30th. Morale is up. Hey, that's great. Thank you. Trade summary. Mathieu Hull and Corey Stillman going to the Avalanche for Marek Savatos and Brett Clark. Ooh, that's quite a blockbuster, actually. And Garnet Exelby should be called up. Farm team player. All right, well, he'll probably be like the 8th defenseman or something. Okay, let's see how we're looking like in the lineup. Let's best lines it. And Armstrong up to a 90 overall, by the way. That is fantastic. Umberger at an 86. So this is not going to be the lineup, though, because we're still over the salary cap, I believe. Schubert's there. Who's the hell? Yeah, we like Coburn. Why is he listed as an offensive defenseman? That's odd again. So I'd send down all the prospects. Yeah, hold on. Let me send down a bunch of those guys who are scratched to the minors, and then we'll get a better idea of our lineup and who the excess is. Okay, so made some changes. Going into the contract, it seems as though we are about, so the salary cap's up to 46.4, but we're still close to 3 million over the salary cap. So that means we have to trade someone, or at least multiple players. So Kozlov, I think, is one of them. Or maybe even Holik. Holik as a power forward is great. It's probably Holik, actually, because Kozlov's still an 86 overall sniper. I could put him on the third line. If I could trade Bobby Holik and then one of my extra D-men, like, or even someone else who's scratched, like, I don't know, McEachran, someone, just a couple pieces, maybe even with a third-round pick for someone who can be, like, a playmaker on the second line. I don't know. I'd have to try and see if that works. So looking at the edit lines screen, if I best lines it with how I fix things up, that leaves Coburn with a healthy scratch. I have to get him into the lineup somehow. McCarthy's a healthy scratch as well. So maybe McCarthy gets moved. No, we said DeVries was the one that I was thinking about moving, because then Sutton can go to the top pair. But I wasn't convinced. Sutton can. Yeah, so DeVries and Holik can both be traded. Sorry, I'm just kind of talking myself through the process here. DeVries and Holik get traded, and then I slot in a defenseman, and that trade is for a new forward. So I could put Umberger, Armstrong, 2 snipers. It would be great if I could get a playmaking winger. I don't know if I want McEachran on my second line, even though he's up to an 84 overall. So let me look through the NHL, see if I can find like a left wing playmaker or power forward who might fit the bill. Because I don't know, it's, again, there's no trade value, but I feel like it's a fair bit of trade value to be able to throw in Holik and that defenseman. You know, I'll even throw Peter Bondra in there, because I don't think he's going to really be doing anything on this team. He is a healthy scratch even, I think, in the edit lines, because there's a fair amount of forwards. Kovalchuk's supposed to be there. Like Mellenby. So, and even Scott Thornton. So I could trade Mellenby. That'll be the deal then. Mellenby, DeVries, and Holik. All right, so there are very, very few left-wing playmakers, even in the entire NHL. who are NHL of NHL caliber. Over on the Columbus Blue Jackets, there's Freddie Modin, 89 overall, 32 years of age. I don't mind age as much in NHL 7 as more current NHL because they seem to maintain their overalls a lot longer as opposed to starting to downgrade just because they're getting older. So, I don't know, Freddie Modin, if this goes through, I think I'd be happy to do it. He's making like 2.2 million. He has 90 some potential. I'm not sure if it shows it here. Yeah, 86. So that's the thing. It's always different. In this trade screen, it tells me 86, and then I go look at his player profile, and it tells me 89, and it tells me he's 91 overall on top of that. So it's hard to know what's real, which one do I trust. So I don't think this will go through, but if they want to, I would be happy to get Freddie Modin, and it's been accepted. Lovely. Thank you, Columbus. So you take on some big pieces for sure. That's gonna help the Columbus Blue Jackets franchise. And I get to take back my new second-line right winger. The Atlanta Thrashers acquire Freddie Modin from the Columbus Blue Jackets. That is a huge trade. I was not expecting that to go through. I didn't really have any other options aside from that. I was probably going to have to start looking at centers and right wingers. So if we go best lines... no, they're scamming me. It said Freddie Modin was a playmaker. And now he's listed as a sniper. See, that's not fair. That's not nice. How am I supposed to figure out who's who if it tells me he's a playmaker and then I traded for him and he's a sniper? That doesn't make sense. So maybe I just trade him back or somewhere else. I don't know. Why is it telling? Where is he? Freddie Modin. It tells me playmaker. Why? That's so broken. So I can't even do anything to fix that, unfortunately. So that's why it tells me there's almost no playmakers in the NHL. There's probably a bunch of them who are listed as like snipers who actually are playmakers. So Freddie Modin as a playmaker. You know what? I'm just going to stick with it. I'm just going to stick with the trade that I made. It doesn't help the chemistry as I thought it would, but he's still a very capable, high overall, 91 overall player for us. I don't know if I like Stefan Yell as my second-line centerman, though, because I was hoping to have R.J. Umberger there. Would it really hurt chemistry that much? Who else is here? Stewart and Thornton. I put Umberger. It's a 0 for chemistry. It's not ideal. There's a lot of snipers on this team. I was not planning on having this many snipers. I did not mean for this to be. And wasn't Colby Armstrong a power forward? Yeah, now I'm remembering he was a power forward. What is happening to player types? So I don't know what to say about all this. That's very odd. I'm going to switch Kozlov with Bondra, and I'll switch Petrovicki with Thornton. And then over on defense, I'm going to probably switch McCarthy with Coburn. So give me a second to do all of that. And now Coburn here listed as an offensive defenseman, even though he should be a defensive defenseman and helping the chemistry. So this is a real buzz for me. I don't know what to say. I'm supposed to have a +3 on this third pair with Schubert and Coburn. So this is really, I guess, frustrating me because the chemistry is not what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to have sniper, playmaker, power forward on the second line, but now I'm getting 3 snipers. And I'm supposed to have defense, offense there. So very odd and upsetting. I'm not sure what to say about that. If I put Umberger on the power play, does it help at all? No, still a 0. I really don't know what to say here. So any suggestions, let me know. But I don't think there's anything we can really do about it. It's just very frustrating. Do I have any other defensive defenseman I can slot in here? I guess not according to this game. I only have 1 defensive defenseman in Sutton. So... whatever, I'll just put whoever's here. Lettinen at a 93 now. That's great. Backed up by Dunham, who's at an 83. So I could probably just trade Hedberg, but it's good to have him for insurance, actually. Turgeon's at a 90. And the lineup is looking pretty good, I have to say. It's not what I thought it was going to be, like I said, with the chemistry. There's something missing. Hold on. Okay, I think that should all be good. We back out of that now. Okay, and when we go to the contract screen, we now find ourselves good. We have a nice little bit of cap space. We do have to think about re-signing our big boys in the coming future here, like Kozlov, Bondra. We could let those guys go, but Hossa and Kovalchuk are probably going to be wanting like an extra 2.5 there. And then Hossa's going to be wanting an extra, another 2.5 there. So we would need another like 5 million in cap space. We have like what here, 2.5? So we need another 2.5 in cap space around, and that's not even considering Freddie Modin and anybody else who has an expiring contract here. So In the end, we'll probably have to end up trading away Kozlov, like I said. I'm not sure if we can keep an extra season of Janssen or Schubert. Scott Thornton will probably be on his way out, etc. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. For the moment, we are ready for year number 2, the 2007-08 regular season in Atlanta, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning to kick everything off. Can we do any upgrades? No, the trust level is not very high. That's not good. Scouting report, I guess I got to update the scouts. I don't think I can actually do any scouting myself. Jersey numbers with Scott Mellanby gone. That leaves the captains wide open. You have to name a captain. So I'm thinking we go Vyacheslav Kozlov. We give an A to Ilya Kovalchuk. And we probably give the other A probably Pierre Turgeon. Yeah, it has to be Turgeon. So let's go Kozlov with Turgeon and Kovalchuk for the captain and the 2 alternates for this second season. And I think we can go ahead and simulate, why not, the first game of this season, just to see what's going on. First period, 2-1 Tampa Bay. Second period, 3-1 Tampa Bay. Third period, 3-3, tied up. 5 minutes to go. Oh, but we drop it 5-4 in the final moments. Oh, a nail-biter. So Hossa opens up the scoring on the season from Janssen and Kozlov. Then we got a couple goals for the Lightning, makes it 2-1. Then Rangers scores. Now in third period, Kovalchuk from McEachran and Turgeon. Janssen from Hossa and Turgeon. Then we have 5 minutes left. We go, lost it. Yell from Hossa and Turgeon again. Pierre Turgeon lighting it up. But then Fedotenko and then Carlson. So we had a 4-3 lead, but we drop it 5-4 the final. Shots were tied 25-25 in the end. But not a bad game. At least we're scoring some goals out there. But we may need to remember to address defense. I'm not going to let it go a whole season with this defense being what it is. If we need to trade guys, if we need to give up picks, second and third round picks to get better defensemen on this team, that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to wait the whole year with Andy Sutton or whatever his name is on the first pairing killing me. So trade summary, that was it. Modine for DeVries, Holik, and Mellanby. Recent signings in the league news, Zanin and Dahlman both got signed by the Hurricanes. And the streaks are there. Lovely. So I think that'll end off our first offseason with the Atlanta Thrashers here in NHL 07 Dynasty Mode. Heading into next episode, we'll have year number 2, potentially the entire season. I'm not sure if we'll do half a season or the entire one. What kind of moves would you like to be seeing and at what time? So, for example, I want to be seeing a better defensive defenseman with Havelid, and I want to see it definitely, if we're not over 500 after 25 games, something like that. Already Janssen's off to a hot start. Scott Thornton already down to a 76 with a snowflake next to him, so maybe I take out Thornton right away and I put Petrovicki or even Stewart at an 81. So you know what? Let's do that next game. That wouldn't hurt. Let's put Stewart in there, +1. Okay, not bad. And what's up with the chemistry? Do we try changing things around? Do we have to trade somebody? I don't know. This is really frustrating me. It's the triple sniper second line. But regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you are enjoying this brand new series. It's definitely taking a lot more time to record, which is why it's more infrequent than the Columbus Blue Jackets series. But if you are enjoying it, leave a like and consider subscribing because you'll be made aware of all the uploads, including the NHL 21 franchise mode. Thinking of putting out some more content with the capture card at my disposal as well. Maybe some Wii Sports or something like that. So let me know what you'd like to see with this capture card of the PS2 and Wii being at my disposal. But without further ado, links for everything else you need are down in the description, such as the Discord server and the Twitch channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one with your suggestions for what we should be doing here in year number 2. Should we be pushing for the playoffs? Should we keep on building or what? It is all up to you. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.